how important was it for you to, like you say, reinvent yourself? Because a lot of people, they get focused on one thing and that's all they have is that tunnel vision towards that one thing. But I feel like we in a different world nowadays where in order for you to grow one thing, you have to be doing multiple things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that was a big part of me sitting back and like taking that break. You know what I mean? Like again, like everybody know I can rap. You know what I mean? But so what? You know what I mean? Like what's next? And I think what helped me out was branding. You know, I went back. I literally went back and I took a step back and I said like, yo, like why do people rock with you? You know what I mean? Not just as a person, but as an artist.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because that's important. That's important as an artist. You know, you have friends, right? And you know, a lot of times your friends can be yes men.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that shit is fire. That shit is dope. Or keep doing what you're doing. And that's dope. You know what I mean? We all need that support. But at the end of the day, what's going to make a little kid or a hip hop purist out in Utah rock with me like my man would on Saturday Night in Cottage? You understand what I'm saying? So I had to take a step back and really like figure out ways to reinvent myself. And that was very important to my maturation. Again, not only as an artist, but as a person. So when I was able to find that lane, find that angle, I was able to come up with all sorts of different things now, things that I wanted to do in my life that possibly I wouldn't be able to do just as an artist named D-Son. You know what I mean? So I started really getting my brand in order because I understood that my brand as D-Son will probably get me indoors that D-Son the artist wouldn't.
Right.
And I think that's very, very important. So that shit was crucial because without taking no steps, without taking that time off, without sitting back and reevaluating, man, I wouldn't even be anywhere near where I am now. I'd probably still be in that same position.
Yeah, because people will box you in if you let them.
Box you in quick.
And one thing that we got to be conscious of is we control our own destiny. Mm-hmm. We also control how people view us. You know what I'm saying? So if people view us as one thing, that's because that's all we putting out into this world. You know, the world life, man, it's about evolution. It's about growing. You know what I mean? Yeah. Again, like I said, people look at me like, yeah, you know, D-Son, he rap, but I wanted more than that. You know what I mean? Like I've always worked with kids. So you know what I'm saying? I wanted to always put myself in a position to where I can get out here in these hoods and these, you know, in these neighborhoods and work with some less fortunate kids or kids in general. You know what I mean? Don't matter if they rich, poor, black, white, regardless of the fact, you know what I mean? Each one teach one. So I always want to position myself as a brand to get in that lane where I can sit back and give back to the people, man. And that was like the next step in my, you know, in my maturation process, because it's like, okay, how can you do that? You do it every day when I was working in the park districts, but how can you do it for you? Yeah. For your brand, how can you bring it together? You know, so yeah, like you said, people will box you in if you let them. They'll look at you literally and just be like, "Yo, that's Jay." Like, you know, they won't even look at you and say like, "Yo, that's a business owner," or that's a podcast creator, a content creator. You know, they'll just be like, "Yo, that's Jay from such and such radio." Okay, but what about Jay being in such and such radio? What does he do? You know what I mean? And you know, for me, it was just like, man, like just putting together the brand. You know, again, it was gonna be a situation where my brand will get me indoors and create opportunities for myself that being an artist just won't, especially if you not, you know, on billboards and shit. You know what I mean? Like all the other big artists are with the machine behind them and consistently on the radio. You got to find other ways.